Good morning. Welcome to Cliff on Cars. I'm Cliff. It's not every day you wake up to such a beautiful sunrise and you're headed off to a major event. I'm on my way to the Nkomazi 400 Rally. This is where we are going to see the vehicles which participate in the Dakar Rally. Yes, they're here in my side of the country, and I have got interviews in the pits. We're going to be talking to drivers, we're going to be talking to navigator, we're going to be talking to some of the mechanics, and we're going to have a walk around and see what it's all about to be part of the teams that actually make their way to the Dakar Rally. Ride along with us. Cliff on Cars. Morning, Evan.
How's it?
All right.
Good,
Welcome.
thanks, man.
Good. Welcome to Cliff on Cars.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
It's a beautiful morning out here.
Yeah,
I
sure.
still got all your bakkies ready to roll.
Yeah.
So tell me, Evan, tell me about these vehicles and what makes them so special. Because we only see them on the Dakar rallies. And when you see them live like this, it's special. It's really
Yeah,
special.
for sure. You know, these vehicles are been built for Dakar. My car, when I'm driving 300, is the previous design, I would say, the 2021 Dakar car. And then there was a new car, that's a T1. And the T1 Plus is the bigger car with the V6 motor. It's a wider car. It's 2.3 meters wide. Got a 37-inch wheels. Got a 350 millimeters of suspension travel, where my car is 270 suspension travel. My empty weight on my car is 1850, where on the G1 Pluses, my high teammates running for Sheer and Junior and Werner, they're running a G1 Plus. They are 2,000 kgs empty weight. But these cars are all, European spec, all international. That's where we drive a left-hand drive as well. And South Africa series, there's 7 series in South Africa. And the main is our local series, obviously, but the Gazoo guys, international guys, Red-Line, and as well as Century Racing. All these cars have been built in South Africa. So about 60% of the total field of Dakar cars have been built in South Africa. So that's a good thing for the South African built cars. And we use this series to do the development and take the cars better for Dakar, basically. So that's the training ground and where our R&Ds are in for Dakar.
So tell me, Evan, besides down here in Malalang, in the Mpumalanga province, where else in South Africa do you take the vehicles for rallies?
So we got 7 races over the year. We got our first race this year is in Malalang. Next month in May, we have a second race in Vryheid. And then after Vryheid, we got a race in June, sitting at Kudskop. And then after there, we have one race in Parys again, and another race in Bronkhorstspruit. So there's about 7 rounds in South Africa what we're going to race. So the Kudskop race this year, it's going to be like a pre-run for hopefully 2025. They will bring the World Cup here. So we all hope for the World Cup to be in South Africa in 2025. And the FIA will come and visit our race this year and see if that's in qualifying for an event of 2025.
That's wonderful. That's great to see South Africa being part center stage at this sport. And I'm sure many people are surprised to hear what the percentage of vehicles that are built for Dakar actually built in South Africa. I didn't know that for sure.
Yeah,
you only see them on the big screen. You wouldn't think they're actually built on home ground.
Yes, true. That's true. Not a lot of people know that. I would say at least 60% of all cars are South African built cars, and that's how our South Africa is so good. And another thing, this series is probably the best series in the world of a local championship. So, and people doesn't realize that. So South Africa is really in motorsport, the top. The backbone, I would say, because we got international guests here racing here today. We have Dave Claassen here in the Red-Line squad racing here from overseas. We got the Daniel Schroeder here racing as well from overseas. I think there's 2 or 3 different races. And then the navigator of Saud Verwara is Francois. He's also international. He's also racing with Saud on the World Championship. They just came back from France, I think. Local race was there. So yeah, no, it's good.
No, that's great. Maybe you can show us a vehicle, Pupu. I know you guys need to get going.
Yeah, sure.
Get in the seat.
So let me show you. Yeah. So this car is a V8 motor. It's run over. It's a Toyota Lexus motor V8, and that car there is the Cruiser, the Cruiser 300 petrol, the V6 twin turbo motor. There's this 4-wheel car, the 36-inch tire. We there got a 37-inch tires. So that's the big difference between these cars. That's a 2.2 meter car. That's a 2 meter. And then there's a newer version of that car on a Toyota Squad. They call it the G1 Plus Evo, going to 2.3 meters. So on the FIA, the 2.3 is the maximum width we can have. Obviously with different weights and so on. Another thing what controls the speed is the FIA. So this car runs with a 37 restrictor. So that determines the airflow into the engine to bring the power down. And that car is managed by the cruise curve of the car, basically. But let me show you inside. So if you look at the car, it's kind of the driver's left-hand drive. We have our gear lever. We got our cut brake. This monitor there, it's counting down. You see there one. It's 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 49 seconds. That means that's before our starting time. So that will determine our starting time, and we got to make sure that we're on the starting line at that specific time, because that's when the flag drops. So our navigator runs that through. Yeah, we have his trip meters. That trip meters is the interval trip meters. What is it called now? We got confirmation of the route. We run 2 GPSs. One we zoom in at a certain, whenever uncertainty is, and the other one. Then, but our main thing is our road book. So how it works. This is, for example, instruction 1, instruction 2, instruction 3. 1, 2, 3. We give instruction. And that will give us the total distance as well. But in between that distance and this distance is that point, that's 150 meters. That's the term from that point to this point. It's 150 meters on that one. But the total kilometers is 0.6 kilometers in the route. So just to, let's say, for example, a kilometer, that's kilometer 55. In that instruction, and that's it. And so you got to call me. You got to say, there's at the road, there's a hairpin to the right.
But this is when we see the navigator calling out the instructions to the driver. He's looking at this map.
Yes, correct. He made some marks here. So you got to read this for me. You got to transfer whatever information is on this book onto my side. So I must drive according to you. I think one very, one thing you navigate and driver, they got to be gelled. You can just drive as fast as you can navigate, and you can just drive as fast as the navigator can give you the information. So it's very important to have a good navigator which on par with the driver. Otherwise, you can't work together.
Yeah.
So it's very important. I would say that's the key. Navigator, driver got to be on the same level. If they're not on the same level, they're fighting against each other.
So it's a good marriage. You guys got to work together.
It's got to be.
So how much time is better than that navigator?
It's my third year with Leander at the moment. So Leander comes from biking background. So it's always good to have a biker. The biker is always good on navigation because the bike guys are navigating themselves and they got to ride it as well. So. And also the navigator learns your car. He kind of knows where are you in the phase or out of the phase or out of the zone or in the zone. And when everything just goes well, it goes lekker. But it's very important to have a good navigator and to gel. You got to gel. That's the other way.
Yeah.
I think the key is navigation. Navigation and the driver makes a team. They got to be together. Otherwise, you're gonna fight each other in the car.
And then thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
Good luck today.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Morning, Rudolph. Welcome to Cliff on Cars.
Morning, Cliff. How are you?
Rudolph, so you're a navigator.
Yeah.
And this is TeamRed-lined.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me about your history on being a navigator. When did you start?
It started with my business partner, who's also my best friend from school. Had this idea that we buy one of these amazing machines and then do it as a bit of a teamwork effort. So we started, I think our first race was end of 2020, and it's been an amazing, fun experience.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. I mean, there's schoolmates, not teammates.
Yeah.
Great. So tell me, what does it entail to be a navigator?
So we're basically the eyes of the driver. So they rely a lot on their own visual, but there's a lot of cautions in the book, speed humps, etc. So their quest is to go as far as possible at full speed. Our quest is to guide them and to maximize the efficiency of the energy they put into the vehicle. And then there's also a bit of technical assistance. So I'm not a very technical guy. I'm a bean counter by training. So so it was quite a learning curve.
Then tell me, pressure?
Not really. We're actually having fun. Our first season was interesting. We had a few rollovers, made a few costly mistakes.
Oh, wow.
But we're getting more efficient as time goes by.
That's good. And then, I mean, up against the big teams like Highlights and GR, how are you guys faring? I mean, budget-wise,
budget-wise,
you're an accountant.
Yeah.
Asking those questions.
We obviously don't have an open checkbook like they do.
Yeah.
But we, look, it's an expensive sport, but we're having fun with it. We're not as competitive as they are purely because of the machinery that we use or the technology is a bit older. But it's still, it's good fun, and I think our pace are fairly good for what our goal is.
Sometimes it's not the technology, it's the team inside the car.
Exactly, and sometimes you just get lucky.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Good luck for today.
Thank you. Cheers.
Morning, Chris. Welcome to Cliff on Cars.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's a beautiful morning.
Yeah, very nice.
How are you feeling about this race today?
Good. Yeah, yesterday wasn't that good for us, but I think today's going to be very good.
Okay, and tell me about your vehicle.
Yeah, it's a Nissan Revo, or Red-line Revo, actually. The team principal is Mr. Marsh. And yeah, we got a team of about 5-6 cars here. And this car that I'm driving at the moment is a T1 Plus Ultimate Class with a GTR, Nissan GTR engine.
Nissan GTR in?
Yeah.
Nissan GTR?
Yeah, yes.
And then what kilowatts are you pushing out of this?
Yeah, we only allowed to put to have 265 kilowatts on the wheel, so yeah.
Oh, that's obviously controlled by...
Yeah, it's controlled, by the boost in it. So, unfortunately, with the GTR, the GTR engine is quite strong, so...
Definitely.
This thing is very detuned, so yeah, that's unfortunate.
But obviously because the terrain that you're on as well.
Yeah, I must say the terrain is... but it's good, the car is very good.
Okay, and how are you feeling about your season for the year?
I must say it's quite good. It's the first time we actually racing this car with the GTR engine. Last year we've been in that car, and at the end there was one with the VK56, the V8. But yeah, with the turbo engine, everybody's going turbo. So yeah, I must say looking forward to it.
And how do you feel about this emissions control and everybody going turbo, going away from natural aspect? Do you think it's a good thing or it's a bad thing? Driving in the dust and all of that, how do you feel about that?
No, I must say with the turbo cars, to be honest with you, it's make nice power. To be honest, I'll never go and watch electric cars.
That's a discussion for another day, altogether.
Yeah.
So, Chris, this is your cockpit.
Yes.
It's actually bigger than I thought it would be. Is this sort of like an extended cab?
No, it's not an extended cab. But I must say it's comfortable.
All right, and then give us a breakdown of your equipment here.
What we got here, it's a sequential 6-speed gearbox. So, and it's got a gear cut, and each when you shift down or shift up. So you actually engage with the clutch when you pull away, and then from there on you just when you press it backwards, it's going upwards, and press it forward, so you don't use the clutch anymore. So, and then this is a cut brake in sharp corners, and this all the displays. There's a Motec system that's in here. So it shows you everything. If you I can show you here exactly what all the parameters are. So it's everything that's according we've got boost pressure here, we've got inlet temperatures, water temperatures, oil temperatures. So diff temperatures, gearbox temperatures, so you just monitor all that stuff during the race.
So you guys are sorted in here, and your instrument cluster gives you all information on the vehicle. Does it talk to your pits whilst you're on the road?
No.
So
as soon as we come into the pits, we're like after the first lap, we've got a compulsory service for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
Then they download it and see if all the parameters.
So then your technical team will plug it and see that everything's okay. Then you take off again.
Yeah. That's more or less. You see the buttons there on your side there. On the left, it's a master jack. So you switch that on, and then you press that arrow. There's two arrows for the left-hand side jack and the right-hand side jack. So you just press it, and the jack comes out.
And then you change the spare wheel.
Yeah, and it picks up the whole car on the one side.
Wow. And then that's how you change the wheels.
Yeah, that's how you change the wheel.
Who changed the wheel, the driver or the navigator?
Now we both change it. Yeah. Now we help. Otherwise, it's
at the time.
Gonna take. Yeah. We try to change the wheel in 2 minutes, more or less.
Okay.
So yeah.
And 2 minutes is a long time in a race. That's still.
Yeah, it's very long. So the sooner you can change it, the better for you. So yeah.
Perfect. Chris, thank you so much.
No problem.
Good luck.
No, thank you very much. I appreciate it, sir.
Good morning, Guy.
Morning, how are you?
Great. Welcome to Cliff on Cars.
Thank you.
So you here? This is Team GR. GR is a big name.
Correct.
South Africa is starting to recognize that GR has really made an impact locally. Tell me about your car and your driving experience as a driver for Team GR.
No, thank you. Definitely GR is a huge brand in South Africa. It's gaining a lot of traction. So I race the GR Hilux. This is the Dakar Hilux. We recently all back from Dakar. So what you see behind us is exactly the Dakar cars. Some of them have actually done the Dakar. So this is the whole Toyota Gazoo Dakar team that's here. Even the mechanics, the management, everyone is the Dakar crew. So it's a huge privilege to drive these cars, and we test them in South Africa for overseas conditions for the Dakar. So it's really important for us to do well at these events and put the cars through their paces so the development can carry on. So I think today is going to be exciting, nice and hot, and bushveld racing, so nice and twisty and tight. So hopefully it goes well.
That's wonderful. I think you're in the perfect area. Madaland, Mataport, rather flat.
Yes.
Not too many mountains.
Yeah. Well, there are a few mountains behind us, but yeah, it's a good area. Certainly challenges everything. Very challenging terrain. Lots of rocks, lots of jumps, and then you come into the sugarcane areas, which is totally different. So it's a big mix of terrain.
And I think it's wonderful that you guys come down here and bring some action, because our part of the country is a bit sleepy when it comes to motorsports coming through. So it's wonderful to see, especially a team like GR, you know. And I think you guys are a big crowd puller over the other teams because of what GR can come to stand for.
Correct.
In motor racing around the world.
Correct.
Toyota.
Yes. Yeah. So GR is a huge brand. It's worldly recognized. So it's really great to drive for this brand and to bring it to South Africa and bring it to towns like this. You'll see there'll be a lot of spectators watching, and certainly Toyota and Toyota GR pull a huge crowd.
Great. Gab, maybe you can show us around the car?
Sure. Come and have a look.
Yeah.
We'll take you inside.
Yeah.
So, first of all, the cars are left-hand drive. The steering wheel removes. Here's the steering wheel here. Makes us easier get in and out the car. Then there's no thrills in these cars. They're 100% racing machines. So if it's not to make you go faster, they take it out. But yeah, we got our fire extinguishers. Fire extinguishers here. One good thing is we've got aircon, because here's the engine. The engine's sitting right here, so it gets really hot in the car. Gear lever, it's sequential, so it's a 6-speed sequential gearbox, so you just pull it backwards. We don't have to use the clutch. The only time we use the clutch is when we're pulling off. Here's the handbrake, and on these dashboards, this dashboard gives us basically the whole running condition of the car. The tire pressures, the engine, any alarms come up there. And then I've got a similar one here where my revs are, gear I'm in, and some vital information goes there. We get to choose different maps. So we've got road mode, race mode, anti-lag 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And Here's our cruise control, speed control. So when we're in the open section, we have speed limits. So when we're on the highway, we drive at 100. And then sometimes in smaller, like when we're driving through town, it's either 40 or 60. So navigator controls that. Then here we've got onboard cameras facing backwards and forwards. And there's another camera at the back there. And here's our cables that plug into our helmets so we can hear the driver and navigator can hear each other. That's basically it.
And then tell me, what motor are you running here?
This is the same motor out of the 300 series GR Cruiser. Pretty standard. The Cruiser engine is very strong, the 300 series. So, you know, the whole form with this thing is to try and keep as many parts as standard as possible in the engine. But it's straight out the 300 series Land Cruiser.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then does it have a higher edge over the engine, which is in the Team Hilux? Because I think they're also running one of the vehicles with the cruiser mode.
So one of their cars is exactly the same as ours. And then they have another one, which is a slightly older spec, which is the V8 version. But they're very similar. But these, the new V6s are turbocharged. So the power curve is slightly different to the V8.
Yeah. Perfect. Guys, thank you very much.
No problem.
Good luck today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Cool. All right.
Morning, gents.
Morning, how's it going?
Welcome to Cliff on Cars.
All right. Jeffrey, you're the appointed speaker. So today, I got to find out from you guys, what do you guys do in the team? I've been interviewing drivers, and I can see you on the support. So exactly what is it that you do here for the team?
We are the support crew. We are the technicians. We here to make sure that the car is good. We basically do the spanner check to check if the car is good to race, or if something is broken, we have to fix it. And yeah,
so every time the car comes into pit, you guys get into action.
Every car comes into pit. We check if the bolts and nuts are tight. We check the fuel. We do the general check on the car. Whatever he complains about, we jump into it and fix it.
So anything which goes wrong with the vehicle, I see you've got some side shafts lying over there and other parts. So that vehicle comes in, you guys remove and refit.
Yes, everything, absolutely, you're right. We make sure that every part, when the car leaves the pit, it should be 100% for the race.
And then tell me, Jeffrey, when the cars come to pit, how long do you have to fix?
We've got a service between the two loops. It's a 30-minute service. That's you can't do much on a 30-minute service, but we try our best to do as much as we can.
Perfect. And so this is your truck, and then what is in this truck?
All the space.
All the space.
All the space.
Okay. Perfect. So you can sort your vehicle out completely from the trailer of this truck.
Yes.
Okay. And then tell me, do you guys also go to the Dakar?
Yes, we do.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. And what is it like there racing in the heat for you guys in the pits?
The Dakar is a different animal.
It's a different animal.
Yeah, it's a race of patience and hard work. You just have to be resilient by all the time.
So basically coming here to Maradan, this is just a walk in the park, right?
Yeah, it's a snack.
It's a snack. I like that. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it.
We're walking into a trailer now. This is a GR trailer.
This one is the hospitality where the driver changes their clothes, and then this is where the parts are, and this is the bench where we normally do some service, like servicing new dampers, shocks. Yeah. Everything. This is where we take all our parts. In between.
And those are your fuel refilling?
Yeah, these are fuel filling cans. Yeah.
And then how many liters in one of those?
30 liters.
30? Okay. And what's the tank capacity of the car?
It's a 500 liters, but we normally put 200 liters.
To keep the weight of the car down?
Yes, to keep the weight of the car in the right level.
So when the vehicle comes in and there's things to be sorted in the vehicle mechanically, this place becomes alive?
Yes, but normally we take out all the parts and put them like you saw them on the bench there.
Yes.
When the car comes back, we just put those ones instead of us rushing inside here, because everyone is going to be inside here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to come and see your trailer.
Welcome.